Welcome to this broadcast on the Golden Bears Sports Network of Bryan Baseball versus Napoleon. Before we get set for your pregame, I want to take a few moments to thank our amazing seniors, our 4 seniors who are leaving the program this year. And I want to take a little moment to thank each and every one of them personally. And hopefully you'll indulge me in this one because they have really made this program what it is. Our first student is Chris Allspaw. Chris's parents are Stephen and Kelly Allspaw. His future plans are to enter the workforce. And his favorite GBSN memory is going to Mansfield for girls basketball to film. There's a lot I would say about Chris, but he was one of the first 2 students to ever work for the Golden Bears Sports Network before it was an actual official paid program. And he has done everything. He's directed, he's run robotics and run cameras, and just done a great job, and he will definitely be missed. Our next senior is Cooper Beltran. Cooper's parents are Sarah Page and Clayton Beltran. His future plans are to attend The Ohio State University to major in elementary education. And his favorite GBSN memory is announcing baseball and softball games. It has always been an interest of his since he was a little kid, and being able to do it has been awesome. Cooper, I concur. It's been awesome having you here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. I only wish you would have joined a few years ago. We could have had a lot more games together, but I wish you the best of luck always. Our third student is Christian Craig. His parents are Jody and Dwayne Craig II. His future plans are to get his bachelor's in worship ministry at Grand Canyon University. His favorite GBSN memory is running the middle school orchestra concert with Wesley, no Mr. Malanga, and absolutely stressing out. Christian, you haven't been with us long, but I have appreciated getting to know you and all your hard work, whether it be concerts or anything else you've helped us with. You've done a first-class job, and I wish you the best of luck as you go on in your future endeavors. Our last graduating senior is John Dalrymple. John's parents are John Dalrymple and Kelly Hugg. His future plans are to attend the University of Findlay and major in animal science. His favorite GBSN memory is traveling to all the playoff games. This one's a hard one. What can I say about John? He has been my student intern for the last 2 years. This year he's been with me 4+ periods a day. He has helped me set up nearly every event we've done. He helps me edit all the different events after the fact and basically did anything I ever asked him to do. He's been a director, he's been a robotics operator, he's been a replay operator, he's done talent. He has just done it all, and he is going to be very hard to replace next year. So, John, I wish you the best of luck, and man, I hope I can find someone with just half the talent that you had and half the work ethic. You have done amazing work, and I will miss you terribly. To all the seniors, I wish you the best of luck. You have put so much into this program over the last 3 years. You have put in countless hours. You've mentored younger students. You've acted with utmost professionalism, and you are going to be hard to replace. I wish you the best of luck always in your future endeavors, and remember, you'll always have a home here at the Golden Bears Sports Network. And with that, we wish them the best of luck once again. Time now for our baseball pregame as the Golden Bears Sports Network presents Bryan Baseball and Napoleon Baseball in an OHSAA Division IV sectional final game. Pregame right now, here's Cooper Beltran.
Welcome here to Ray Sumter Field in Bryan, Ohio on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Pretty nice day out here for some baseball. Today's matchup between the Napoleon Wildcats and the Bryan Golden Bears is a sectional final. Napoleon 4-18, 2-5 in the NLL, and the Bryan Golden Bears 14-9, 3-4 in the NWOAL. Well, it's the Bryan Athletic Boosters countdown to first pitch. We'll be right back with more after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Discover top quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
This community is more than a place. It's where we celebrate victories and where we lean on one another in times of loss. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're proud to be rooted here, serving with care and compassion when it matters most. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family owned, family focused.
Here in Williams County, we believe that no veteran should feel forgotten. Our Veteran Service Office is here to serve, helping with VA claims, pensions, healthcare enrollment, and so much more. We're veterans serving veterans with dignity, honor, and respect. Reach out to us today to see how we can help, because the only veteran we can assist is the one that doesn't contact us.
Welcome back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network at Ray Sumter Field in Bryan, Ohio for our sectional final matchup between the Bryan Golden Bears and the Napoleon Wildcats. Looking at some team previews today. Bryan Golden Bears 14-9, 3-4 in the NWOAL. Coach Corey Walker, his 5th season, 65-60 overall. NWOAL first team winners, Cade Carlin and Camden Bukowski, lead the team, and then the second team, Hunter Watson and Carter Luce. Honorable mention, Tucker Miller. A little typo there, not Tucker Watson. The Napoleon Wildcats, 4-18 on the year, 2-5 in the NLL. Coach Jason Bostelman, first season, 4-18. Not the best, but a very tough schedule. They're hitting just 196 as a team with 159 strikeouts and 104 players left on base. They come into this game, though, on a hot streak, 3 games, and they began that with a 9-6 win over PH. Series history. The last meeting between Napoleon and Bryan was on April 1st of last year. Napoleon mollywopped Bryan 14-2. They've won 2 of the last 3 versus Bryan. Looking at Napoleon's schedule here, a bad loss to start the year from Archbold, and then a tough schedule in the NLL. Some run rules, some no runs in some of these. Northern Lakes League. Clay won the Cardinal division. Southview, Fremont, Ross, and then Bowling Green, then Springfield and Napoleon make up the end. Napoleon with just 1 win. Golden Bears schedule, similarly tough. They've put a lot of teams close, a lot of teams that are very good, and just struggled a little bit in the NWOAL. Here's some standings from the NWOAL. Patrick Henry won the league at 6-1. Evergreen, Wasion, Archbold in the middle there, and then Bryan Swan, and then Liberty Center and Delta bring up the caboose. Today's game is brought to you by Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andres O'Neill and Lowe, Baldy's Furniture, Starks Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. Well, we'll be right back after this with some keys to the game, some game officials, and then some ball.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
The historic Bryan Arts and Education building is being renovated for the next generation, transforming it into a welcoming, accessible space where performances and events can be comfortably enjoyed. The $6.2 million project adds lobby and backstage space, new seating, lights and sound system, accessibility, and additional parking. Because here in Bryan, art connects us. Your support, big or small, makes a lasting impact, inspiring generations to come. Donate and learn more at bryanarts.org.
Welcome back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Ray Sumter Field in Bryan, Ohio for a sectional final match between the visiting Napoleon Wildcats and the home Bryan Golden Bears. We're going to get into some keys to the game. Bryan keys to the game. Command the strike zone. Don't give up any free bases. Make your team plays defensively. Again, don't give them anything free. Make them work for it. And then just quality at bats to put pressure on Napoleon's defense. Napoleon's keys to the game. Play some clean baseball. They need to win the free base battle. Find your pitch. Get some walks. Get some people on. And then just embrace the moment and have fun. It's playoff baseball. Anything can happen. You look at both these records, and a lot of people may say Napoleon has no chance, but that's just flat out not true, especially high school baseball. Your keys to the game are sponsored by the Carlin Company Realty and Auctioneers. Carlin Company Realty and Auctioneers has been your hometown real estate company for over 45 years. They have consistently remained #1 in Williams County and the surrounding area since 2007. Call us for all of your real estate needs. Your game officials for today, brought to you by Tri-State Vision Center, is Douglas Kutzley and Zeph Siefker. Tri-State Vision Center has been serving the area since 1977. Contact us at either our Bryan or Montpelier offices for all of your eye care needs. And we're going to get some lineups here.
At this time, we ask that you please rise, remove your hat, and direct your attention to the flag for the playing of our national anthem. Today's anthem will be performed by 4 talented trumpet players from the Bryan Marching Band. Seniors Chris Alspawn, freshman Cooper Beltran and Nate Root, and sophomore Zachary Shea.
That national anthem was brought to you by Veteran Services of Williams County. We're going to look at the weather here, Bryan. 57 degrees, a lot colder than what we've been used to the past few days. It's currently a little bit cloudy, sun trying to peek through with pretty easy winds, 9 mile an hour out towards the east. Well, we're going to take one more break, and when we come back, we'll have first pitch on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
If you served, you may qualify for VA health care, even if you were denied before. New rules recognize burn pit and toxic exposure claims. We can help you apply, understand benefits, and access the care you've earned. Let us help protect your health. Today and for the future, contact us to see how we can help. Williams County Veterans Service Office. Veterans serving veterans.
Welcome back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Just in time for first pitch. Carlin on the mound will face Seth Weaver. And the first pitch is high for a ball. Seth Weaver, first baseman, best hitter on Napoleon, hitting .429 on base percentage of .556. Fouls this one back and out of play over the first base dugout. 1-1. Carlin comes set now. Winds and deals the 1-1. That ball's in there for strike two, 1-2. So Weaver trying to get this one going for Napoleon early. Carlin, the 1-2. Misses inside, ball 2-2. Napoleon's going to have to do a good job of getting on base and working some counts here, making Bryan go deep. Carlin takes a deep breath, the 2-2. Misses high, and we will load this count up at 3-2. On deck is Carter Bowen, the shortstop for Napoleon. Here comes the payoff. Swung on and got a piece, fouls it straight back. We'll do it again. Defending there, fighting with a two-strike approach. Carlin comes ready. The 3-2 again. A good pitch, misses for ball 4. And so a good start for Napoleon. Weaver gets on with a walk. That was a great at bat from Weaver. Took some tough pitches. So now Carter Brown will come up. Bowen, sorry. Carlin looks to pick off. He's in there safely. Bowen hitting .265. Carlin goes down 1-0. Throws it back, but Weaver's in there safely. We'll do it again at 1-0. Carlin comes set, the pitch. Squares to bunt, and it'll roll just foul for strike one. Tried to lay it down. The infield for Bryan playing pretty deep. Now Uran will move kind of inside third base, but loose, holding the runner on at first. Medium deep in the outfield. Carlin takes a peek over his shoulder. Comes the 1-1. Squares to bunt again, misses for strike two. Carlin looking for a closeout pitch here. 10 pitches already. 4-3 on the year, a 3.2 ERA, 64 strikeouts. Throws back, and he's in there safely. The freshman at first almost got picked off. Just got under it. Here comes the 1-2. Strike three called. And Bowen cannot believe it as he looks shocked at looking down the third base line at Coach Shadle. But a Welling Construction strikeout for Cade Carlin. Welling Construction, a third-generation family-owned general contractor. We specialize and pride ourselves in building quality custom homes, major renovation projects, and commercial work. Your vision, our expertise. Contact us at 419-636-3712. Throws down to first. In there safely. Looking to pick him off again. Carlin, a good move to first. Has used it. This one hit not even to the outfield, popped up, and shortstop Hunter Watson makes the play for out number two. So after walking the leadoff hitter Seth Weaver, he's now put two down. That'll bring up Hunter Ellers. Carlin, the delivery. Swung on, hit straight in the air. Uran, the third baseman, will call for it, makes the catch. And so after walking the first batter, Carlin will get out of this one, and we'll be right back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Trust is built when we know someone has our back, on the field, in the stands, and in life. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're more than a service provider. We're neighbors and friends. For generations, families have trusted us to care for their loved ones with compassion and dignity.
Welcome back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network at Ray Sumter Field for a sectional final between the Napoleon Wildcats and the Bryan Golden Bears. Cade Carlin walked to the first batter last inning before getting 3 up and 3 down. We can go over some lineups here. For Bryan, Cade Carlin, the pitcher, will lead off. Tucker Miller, the second baseman, and Carter Luce, the first baseman, after him. Camden Bukowski behind the plate is the cleanup. Hunter Watson and Bryce Welling make up the next two. Jacob Uran, Cole Carlin, and then Jake Arnold brings up the end. These lineups are brought to you by Edward Jones. Life is full of moments that matter. Let us help you get ready for that next moment. Contact Brian Edward Jones Financial Advisors, Melissa Stockman and April Whitty on North Main Street at 419-633-0647. Member SIPC. The defensive lineup for Napoleon. Max Koppenhofer and Hunter Ellers make up the battery. Trenton Ellers at first, Nolan Bickle, Carter Bowen, and Seth Weaver the rest of the infield. Tucker Shepard in left, Paul Saucer is the center fielder, and then Max Shadle in right. So it'll be Hunter Ellers on the mound, 0-4 on the year, a 5.56 ERA with 30 strikeouts and a 1.47 whip. The leadoff will be Cade Carlin for the Golden Bears, and here comes his first delivery. This one swung on, hit high and deep down the left, but hooks foul. He absolutely pieced that ball, but it goes off down the left field line and foul. Here comes the 0-1. takes that one for a strikes loaded way down at 61, so he'll be down 0-2 quickly. Comes the 0-2. Swung on, puts it to third, throws, and he is out at first for the first of the inning. Third baseman Seth Weaver made the play. Carlin tried to use his speed to beat out the throw there, but Weaver did a great job and a great stretch from Ehlers at first. That'll bring up Tucker Miller. Takes one high, 1-0. So just a 3-pitch at bat for Carlin, pretty quick. Ehlers, the deal. Misses inside, 2-0. The Bryan dugout already getting rowdy. Here comes the 2-0. Strike down low. And that'll put us at 2-1 with one down. Ehlers moves quickly, the deal. Misses that time, 3-1. Miller hasn't even gotten the bat off his shoulder. Ehlers comes set, here comes the 3-1 delivery. And comes in there at 59 for strike 2. Full count. Here comes the 3-2. Strike 3 called again. That curveball in at 59. Miller didn't even think about swinging. And that'll bring up Carter Luce, hitting .324 on the year with 16 ribbies. The lefty. Ehlers peers in. The pitch. The fastball in there for strike 1. Comes the 0-1. Swung on, hit in the left center. And the left fielder, Tucker Shepard, makes the play. 3 up and 3 down for the Golden Bears. And we'll be right back after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Welcome back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network to Ray Sumter Field. Sectional final matchup between the Bryan Golden Bears and the Napoleon Wildcats. Bryan went down quickly last inning. 2 strikeouts for Hunter Ehlers. And then Cade Carlin put down Napoleon pretty quickly after letting up a leadoff walk, but pretty quiet so far as we're still knotted up at 0. Neither team putting up a hit or an error. Here's the defensive lineup for the Golden Bears. Camden Bukowski and Cade Carlin make up the battery. Carter Luce at first, Tucker Miller at second, Hunter Watson at short, and Jacob Buran at third. Cole Carlin in left, Bryce Welling in center, and the freshman Jake Arnold out in right. The batting order for Napoleon, it goes Weaver, Bowen, Koppenhofer, and then Hunter Ehlers, the pitcher, in the cleanup. Trenton Ehlers then, Paul Saucer, Max Shadle, Tucker Shepard, and then Nolan Bickle to round it out. Fouled straight off himself is Trenton Ehlers for strike 1. Carlin ran his pitch count up a little bit in the first inning, but then got it back under control after the leadoff walk. Carlin comes set, the 0-1. Strike 1 is called. Sorry, strike 2. That was the 0-1. My bad. Carlin now looking for a putout. Comes the 0-2. Swung on, hit straight in the air. Miller ranges back, and he calls for it and makes the play for out number 1. So Carlin done a good job of getting it over at Napoleon under a lot of these 3 pop-ups so far. Carlin can slow it down and speed it up. Saucer now. Squares to bunt, sends it out. Uran runs in and makes the catch for out number 2. Jacob Uran came in, and now Max Shadle will come up hitting 164, a home run against Patrick Henry. It was a grand slam, and he has 10 ribbies on the year with an OPS of 488. His first at bat today. Carlin winds and deals. That ball is in there for strike 1. Shadle, the junior, came up big against Patrick Henry. Swing and a miss way out in front for strike 2. Carlin takes a breath. The 0-2. Did he go? He did not. So ball 1. An appeal down to first base. And the first base umpire said he did not go around, so he'll get another try here at 1 and 2. Comes the 1-2. Misses high, 2 and 2. Fastball at 81 at eye level for Shadle. Carlin. The 2-2. Misses low. Slowed it down at 74, but we have a full count. Carlin trying to avoid the walk. Shadle trying to just become the second base runner of the game for either team. The 3-2. Strike 3 called. And that will end the top of the second. We're still knotted up at 0. We'll be right back after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Welcome back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Ray Sumter Field here in Bryan, Ohio for a sectional final matchup between the Napoleon Wildcats and the Bryan Golden Bears. We're still knotted up at 0 as we head into the bottom of the second. Due up for Bryan, Bukowski, Watson, and Welling, the 4, 5, 6 hitters. Hunter Ellers moved quickly through the first 3 batters, trying to do something similar here in the second. The only base runner so far in this whole game has been Seth Weaver, who drew a leadoff walk in the top of the first. Camden Bukowski will be the batter. Hunter Ellers already an inning. Got 1 strikeout on Tucker Miller. And there's that curveball again, that time in at 60. And Bukowski goes down in the count, 0-1. Ellers has used this curveball very nicely as he puts another one in there. Bukowski's way out in front on it and goes down 0-2. So now Ellers, 2 pitches and 2 curveballs, both for strikes. Ellers. Comes the 0-2. That time it misses outside. 1-2. Came back with a fastball there, and it's 73. Not the highest velo Bryan's seen so far. Swing and a miss on the curveball once again. It's another strikeout victim there. Welling Construction strikeout. Welling Construction, a 3rd-generation family-owned general contractor. We specialize and pride ourselves in building quality custom homes, major renovation projects, and commercial work. Your vision, our expertise. Contact us at 419-636-3712. Hunter Watson will be the batter for the Golden Bears here, hitting .388 on the year, 12 ribbies to back that up, as Ellers misses high for ball 1. Ellers, the wind and deal. There's that curveball in there for a strike. 1-1. I mean, right now, a nasty pitch for Ellers as Watson's way out in front. 1-2 now. Ellers with a dominant curveball so far. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on, hit straight back up the middle, and a diving attempt by the shortstop Carter Bowen, but an infield single for Hunter Watson. He was staying back for the curveball, had the fastball high, and just took a rip. A great job of hitting so far for Watson. So, Bryce Welling, the center fielder today, will step in with Hunter Watson on first. The deal. Swung on, this one hit straight in the air into medium deep. Ooh. That ball landed in fair territory. I don't really know what happened there. Someone called time. I think was it a balk call? Watson advanced to second, so I think they called a balk there. So Watson's at second now with one down. Welling gets hit, and he will head to first on a hit by pitch. So runners will be on first and second for Jacob Uran. Uran looking to do some damage here as Bryan threatening with runners on first and second. Welling with a huge grin on his face over at first, getting checked out by Coach Roop. Ellers the pitch. Swung on, and this ball's blasted deep center field, ranging back to center fielder, and he's going to make the play. Watson will tag up from second to third, and any other ballpark, which we say it a lot, but a spacious one here at Ray Sumter Field. So a fly-out victim. That thing was an absolute bomb, but Saucer had plenty of room at the fence. So Cole Carlin with runners on the corners, two down here. Ellers looks back to first, Welling in there easily. Wouldn't be surprised to see Welling move here with runners on the corners. The pitch, a curveball, this one outside for ball one. Comes the 1-0. Swing and a miss from Carlin, maybe sitting on that curveball as blew the fastball by him. 1-1 count, two down, runners on the corners for Carlin. Comes the 1-1. Misses low, he holds back on the curveball, 2-1. That's the curveball that he's been making his money on. Just couldn't get a swing around there. Here comes the 2-1. Swung on and golfed into right field. Shadle ranges back, makes the catch. And Napoleon gets out of there with no harm done. So no runs on a hit for the Golden Bears. They strand two, and we're still knotted up at 0. We'll be right back after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Welcome back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. We want to thank a few people. Today's game is brought to you by Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andres O'Neill and Lowe, Baldy's Furniture, Starks Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. Well, a quiet one here as we head into the top of the third. 0-0 for each team. Bryan got the first hit of the game last inning on a Hunter Watson single, and then Hunter Ellers got out of the inning for Napoleon, forcing a few flyouts. So, Tucker Shepard will be up. Cade Carlin working well, 2 innings, 2 Ks, and just 1 walk. Swing and a miss for strike 1. The left fielder looking to do some damage here. Comes the 0-1. Just missed outside, 1-1. Carlin comes set. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Goes down 1-2. Shepard hitting 102 on the year. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on, got a piece, fouls it back. We'll do it again at 1-2. Comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. A Welling Construction strikeout. Welling Construction, a third-generation family-owned general contractor. We specialize and pride ourselves in building quality custom homes, major renovation projects, and commercial work. Your vision, our expertise. Contact us at 419-636-3712. Carlin deals to Nolan Bickle, and he swings heavily for strike 1. Carlin brings up his velocity here. Swung on, gets a piece. This one will go out of play behind the plate for strike 2. So Carlin goes up 0-2, looking for his 4th K of the game. He's retired the last 7. Comes the 0-2. Strike 3 called. A great pitch from Carlin. That's a Welling Construction strikeout. Welling Construction, a third-generation family-owned general contractor. We specialize and pride ourselves in building quality custom homes, major renovation projects, and commercial work. Your vision, our expertise. Contact us at 419-636-3712. Got him looking that time on just 3 pitches. So now back to the top of the order. Seth Weaver, the lone base runner so far for Napoleon, takes strike 1 down the middle. A great at bat last time. Went down early, but worked his way into a full count walk. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on, gets a piece, right back to Carlin. Carlin flips to Luce, who makes the play. 3 up, 3 down for Carlin as Napoleon stays quiet. We'll be right back with some more tournament baseball after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Here in Williams County, we believe that no veteran should feel forgotten. Our Veteran Service Office is here to serve, helping with VA claims, pensions, healthcare enrollment, and so much more. We're veterans serving veterans with dignity, honor, and respect. Reach out to us today to see how we can help, because the only veteran we can assist is the one that doesn't contact us.
Welcome back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Ray Sumter Field in Bryan, Ohio. The Napoleon Wildcats take on the Bryan Golden Bears for the sectional final and the right to take on the winner of Otsego and Wauseon. Wauseon up 3-0 right now over Otsego. 0-0 so far as both pitchers have moved pretty well. Bryan threatened, had runners on the corners last inning, but Ellers got out of it after forcing a fly out into right. Cade Carlin has done a great job as he walked the leadoff batter in the first and has retired the last 9. The freshman Jake Arnold now will take on Hunter Ehlers. Ehlers has had a stellar curveball today. And there it is as he'll take it for ball one. He's done a good job of sometimes putting in the zone, sometimes a throwaway pitch as Arnold sends this one shallow left field, bringing foul, a diving effort from Shepard, but cannot make the play, but it is a foul ball. So it'll be 1-1. So Arnold took the fastball high and tried to put it somewhere into the left, but it hooked foul, and then a diving effort from Tucker Shepard just couldn't make the play in foul ground. Comes the 1-1. Takes the curveball for a strike. Kind of froze him up there, and he'll go down 1-2. The 1-2. Misses this one low and outside. A dirt ball. 2-2. Arnold hitting 300 on the year, a home run, 10 ribbies, an OPS of 768. Rounds out this lineup and tries to flip it back over. The 2-2. And there's the curveball, drop third strike. Koppenhofer will throw on to first, who makes the play, and Arnold is retired. The third strikeout for Hunter Ehlers. That curveball gets another victim. And now that'll bring up back to the top of the order, pitcher today, Cade Carlin, the senior. Comes the pitch. Swung on, gets it in the gap between first and second, and so a single for Carlin. So that'll bring up the two-hole hitter Tucker Miller, a strikeout victim last time. Got caught looking by a curveball. Carlin did a good job finding the fastball and taking it the other way. This one misses high for ball one. Carlin with quite a bit of speed on first. Wouldn't be surprised to see him move here. Comes the 1-0. Swung on, this one hit into the left center gap. It'll get down. Carlin will stop at second. So a one-out single for Miller will move Carlin over to second and bring up the three-hole hitter Carter Luce with runners on first and second. With one down, Ehlers now kind of scrambling. He needs to get ahead in some of these counts so he can use his curveball to put away these batters. Luce now hitting .319, 16 ribbies, trying to pick up another. This one swung on, hit straight in the air, and will get out of play into the stands. 0-1. So Luce going to play at Beloit College his next year, trying to drive home the first run for the Golden Bears. Here comes the 0-1. That's a curveball. That one's in there, and he goes down 0-2. And that curveball has been Ehlers' bread and butter. And now up in the count, wouldn't be surprised to see it again. Here comes the 0-2. That time puts a fastball in there, and Luce gets a piece of it. A good two-strike approach. Not super surprised to see the fastball there, as he threw two curveballs before. Here comes the 0-2. Slows it down. Luce just gets a piece of it. Kind of sent it foul the other way. So there, another curveball for Ehlers. Luce kind of scrambling, trying to figure out what is coming next. Ehlers comes set. The 0-2. Fastball. This one's Hit high and deep to center. Saucer ranges back, makes the play. Carlin will tag from second and be in there standing at third. Miller holds it first. So 2 down now with runners on the corners, very similar to what we had last inning. And another ball very well hit. Saucer had room, though, to range back. They just haven't really been able to find the gap so far. Saucer has made 2 excellent plays in center on 2 very well hit balls. Not much wind, which helps. Runners on the corners now for cleanup hitter Camden Bukowski. A strikeout victim his last time up, takes a ball 1 in the dirt. Kopenhofer did a great job behind the plate blocking that one, especially with this curveball. A lot of dirt balls. Bukowski takes ball 2 outside, 2-0. Bryan hasn't even sent anyone to try to steal so far. Carlin dances at third, the 2-0. Curveball's in there for strike 1. Bukowski had some words there for blue behind the plate. That one was very slow, but must have nicked the bottom of the zone. See, and that one's a ball. And Napoleon argues that that's the same pitch that he just threw, but the count will run 3-1. One was called a strike and one was called a ball. Here comes the 3-1. Swung on, hit on the infield, and the second baseman Nolan Bickle will make the play, and we will be headed to the top of the 4th. Still knotted up at 0 here in this sectional final. We'll be right back after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Discover great job skills training at Northwest State. With over 50 different programs available, there is something for everyone. Providing hands-on training and education is the community college advantage.
From the first whistle to the final buzzer, life is filled with moments that shape us. Moments of victory, of challenge, of community. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're honored to stand by families through every season of life. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family owned, family focused.
Welcome back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network at Ray Sumter Field here in Bryan, Ohio for the sectional final between the Bryan Golden Bears and the Napoleon Wildcats. Still deadlocked at 0. Bryan's put up 3 hits, had 2 hits last inning where they had runners on the corners with 2 down and runners on first and second with 1 down, but could not come through as they had a similar situation in the second with runners on the corners with 2 down and runners on first and second with 1 and still could not capitalize. Surprising, with the runners on the corners, we didn't see anyone move. There was no steal attempt from first base. And especially in high school baseball nowadays, that is very, very common. But we did not see it. Cade Carlin will still be on the mound as Camden Bukowski comes out to start catching. And so Carlin, after walking the leadoff batter, has been dominant here over Napoleon. So far, he's gone 3 innings, no hits allowed, just the 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. Carter Bowen will be the batter for Napoleon. A strikeout victim last time. Carlin got him looking. So it'll be Bowen, then Kopenhofer, and then Ehlers. Carlin the deal. Swung on, hit out of play behind the plate. 0-1. Carlin comes set. The 0-1. Misses low, 1-1. Carlin has been excellent so far, gotten multiple fly balls. This one swung on. Uran ranges over, makes the play, throws to first. He got him for out number 1. Uran playing in, just ranged a little bit to his left and made the play as Bowen hit the ball decently hard on the ground over to that third base side. That'll bring up Kopenhofer. Kopenhofer, a pop-out victim last time. Kopenhofer takes ball one outside, 1-0. Carlin, the 1-0. Swung on, hit to Miller at second, bobbles it, picks it up, throws to first, out at first. So Miller recovers as the ball ran up on him and bounced behind him, but he had time to grab it, throw onto first, and loose with a great stretch to get Kopenhofer out at first. And that'll bring up Hunter Ehlers, the pitcher. Fouls this one back. Napoleon done a better job this inning at putting the ball in play and kind of put some pressure on this Golden Bear defense. Carlin, the 0-1. Misses high with the 82-mile-an-hour fastball, 1-1. Carlin, the pitch. Strike two is called. 1-2 now. He slowed it down that time after pumping in an 82-mile-an-hour fastball. Came back with a 71-mile-an-hour curveball. Here comes the 1-2. This one runs inside. Ehlers jumps out of the way. Ball two. That one that was humming in there. The 2-2. Swung on, just gets a piece of it there and fouls it off. A good two-strike approach from Ehlers. Carlin, the 2-2. Swung on, this one hit well down the left field line, hooking, foul. Ehlers got all of that one, but hooked it off. Similar to what Carlin did to lead off this game for the Golden Bears, it all just hooked foul. Not much wind, if any, it's going out east. Comes the 2-2 again. That one misses low, and the count will run full with 2 down in the inning. Carlin has only walked the 1, struck out 4. Carlin comes set. The payoff pitch. Missed just outside for a walk. So Hunter Ehlers will make his way down to first. Only Carlin's second walk of the game so far, and only the second base runner for the Napoleon Wildcats, as they are still held hitless. That'll bring up Trenton Ehlers, a pop-out victim last time, as Carlin a quick move over to first, but Ehlers in there safely. Carlin peeks over his shoulder. The pitch. Misses high. Camden gets his glove up there and makes the catch, but ball 1. That thing had a good chance of getting all the way to the backstop. Carlin, the 1-0. Misses outside, 2-0. Carlin maybe a little too worried about the runner at first. Ehlers trying to get Napoleon on the board, either hits or runs, as a great move over to first, but Ehlers dives back in there safely. Not much of a lead, but his move has been excellent. This one misses low. Camden fakes a back pick, and the count will run 3-0 now. Carlin thrown 5 straight balls. Carlin comes set. The 3-0. Strike 1 called on the outside half. I don't think Trenton Ehlers had an idea of taking that bat off his shoulder. Not a very big lead for Hunter Ellers at first. The 3-1, this one fouled straight in the air, but will go over the Napoleon dugout, hits the top for strike 2. So, Hunter Ellers will be on the move from first as we have a full count with 2 down. But Ellers needs to be very careful here as Carlin has that great move over at first. Here comes the payoff. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. His 5th of the game as he lets up a walk but gets out of it with a strikeout. And we'll be headed to the bottom of the 4th, still knotted up at 0. Napoleon still held hitless. And we'll be right back after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan Built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan Built.
Welcome back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network at Ray Sumter Field in Bryan, Ohio. Sectional final matchup between the Bryan Golden Bears and the Napoleon Wildcats. Napoleon, a lot of zeros across the board, no runs on no hits, but played a clean game so far with no errors. Bryan has threatened a few times, runners on the corner with 2 down twice in the last 2 innings. They have 3 hits along with a hit by pitch, which has gotten them runners on base. Napoleon, 2 walks so far in the game, so they have had 2 runners, but no one has gotten past first base. Carlin so far pitching an absolute beauty of a game. Hunter Ellers having his own gem on this side for Napoleon. 3 innings so far, allowing 3 hits, no runs, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. His best pitch is his curveball, which he has used in an eloquent manner. He gets up in the count with ones that are in the zone and then kind of throws some throwaway pitches, and Bryan so far hasn't really been able to haven't been able to lay off of them. But Hunter Watson, the 5-hole hitter for Bryan, a single earlier on the infield, swung on out in front there, fouls this one off for strike 1. So fouls that one back, and we'll be at 0-2 here. And the curveball, this one hitting to shallow left field, but running in is Tucker Shepard, who will make the play and retire Watson. That one didn't come off the bat too hard, and the third baseman and shortstop both ranged back, but Shepard, charging in from left, was able to make the play as it was hit just high enough. Bryce Welling will come up, hit by a pitch earlier in the game. Welling hits it into the gap. Shortstop, backhand play, throws to first. Got him! A great play from Carter Bowen. A backhanded and then throw to first, and then a good stretch from Trenton Ellers at first. So Welling is a ground out victim, 6-3, and that'll bring up Jacob Uran, who had a deep fly out in center last at bat. Strike 1 as Uran completely turned the other way. That curveball, it gets in there. It moves up and down, but also right to left. This time he holds off on a dirt ball, 1-1. As that curveball ranges anywhere between 58 and 65. And this one misses low in at 59, 2-1. Ellers at 50 pitches so far. This one swung on and hit straight back, fouled off, 2-2. Ellers probably looking for his bread and butter, the curveball. And he stayed back on it. And Uran got a piece. So we'll do it again at 2-2. Somehow got bat to ball on that one for Uran. Here comes the 2-2. And this one misses outside and low for ball 3. So it'll be 3-2 with 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Ellers comes set. The payoff. Misses high, and Uran will draw a 2-out walk. Only Ellers' first walk of the game. Cole Carlin will come out after flying out his last time up. Ellers comes set. The pitch. Swung on, hit to the right side, and it eats up Weaver. Uran round second. He's headed to third as the ball rolled into right field. And we will have runners at the corners after an error. Sorry, not by Weaver, but that is Nolan Bickle there at second. Kind of ate Bickle up there and rolled, and Uran had no thoughts about staying at second. So runners on the corners, 2 down, 3 straight innings for the Golden Bears. Let's see if they can finally capitalize. This one misses low. The freshman takes ball 1. A great block by Kopenhofer. Uran's got to be ready to run for third, but also can't run into an out. Comes the 1-0. Misses outside, 2-0. Arnold trying to turn this one over to the top of the lineup. Pitcher Cade Carlin on deck. Carlin at first, Uran at third. The 2-0, this one misses low. Kopenhofer, another amazing block behind the plate, 3-0. So now Ellers way behind in the count. Might have to go away from the curveball and start trying to pump a fastball in there. Comes the 3-0. Arnold takes a strike on the outside half, 3-1. Ellers up 3-1 in the or down 3-1 in the count. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, hit into right field, not too deep. Shadle reaches up, makes the play, and the Golden Bears strand 2 more runners here in the bottom of the 4th. Still knotted up 0-0 in this sectional final. We'll be right back after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Welcome back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Ray Sumter Field in Bryan, Ohio for some tournament baseball. Sectional final between the Bryan Golden Bears and the Napoleon Wildcats still knotted up at 0. Napoleon still held hitless. Carlin pitching an absolute beauty for Bryan. Cade Carlin, that is. He has gone 4 innings, no hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. His pitch mix, along with his velocity, has kept Napoleon on their toes. On the other side, it has been Hunter Ellers for Napoleon, who's gone 4 scoreless innings. Gotten himself in a few jams, but has gotten out every single time as Bryan has stranded 6 runners so far. They've had runners on the corners with 2 down in 3 straight innings. So it'll be Paul Saucer, the center fielder, for Napoleon, 0 for 1, a pop-out victim his first time up. Carlin only 47 pitches through 4. That's a great pitch in there at 80 miles an hour for strike 1. Comes the 0-1. Swung on, and this one's hit very well. Deep left field. Cole Carlin ranges back. Won't be able to make the play. It's over his head. Saucer round second. He'll stop there. But a double is the first hit for Napoleon. Carlin didn't really have a beat on the ball. He was kind of slowly moving back, and it landed to the left of him and behind him. And that'll bring up Max Shadle, who came up big against Patrick Henry with a grand slam. And Saucer moved back as the pickoff move from Carlin. So nobody down, runner on second for Shadle. Struck out looking his last time. Squares to bunt, doesn't get it down, but Bukowski with a great block as a dirt ball from Cade. So strike one as he did not pull it back in time, and he'll be down 0-1 to start this count. So Uran won't really be able to run in if they want any chance to get Saucer, but he's going to keep him honest as he makes another pickoff move. Doesn't make the throw, but just trying to keep Saucer close at second. The 0-1. Swing and a miss for Shadle, goes down 0-2, and that kind of takes the bunt out of the equation. Unless they're very confident in his bunting abilities, probably not bunting down 0-2 in the count. Shadle will call time. Carlin looking for his 6th K of the game. A 2-strike approach for Shadle here. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on, puts it in play, left side. Watson catches it on the bounce. Throws to first, safe there. Saucer down to third. He is safe. So both runners are safe, and Coach Corey Walker instantly out of the dugout. That is a tough play at third, especially the angle that the umpire has. Shadle got in there safely. We can see on the replay, it looks like Saucer might have slid under the tag there, but the dust came up. And now Walker still out there arguing. We'll move back to the dugout. And they're saying that's enough from Walker. So we will have runners on the corners with nobody down for Napoleon. A infield single for Shadle. And Watson was trying to hustle his throw to first, but in doing that, Luce had to come off the bag. And that'll bring up Tucker Shepard, the left fielder, 0 for 1 on the day, a strikeout victim last time. Wouldn't be surprised to see Shadle move from first, not a very big lead though. Steps off, Shadle is moving, now he's hung up. Saucer will break for the plate, Shadle's out, and Saucer will have to stay at third. So Carlin, a beautiful move. Shadle was moving, got hung up, and Saucer not an opportunity to break for the plate. Shadle tagged out at second. So now one down, runner on third, and still threatening. Tucker Shepard at the plate. Infield moves in for Bryan. That ball's in there for strike one. Shepard just trying to bring it in play as the outfield will move a little bit in. Infield in as well. The 0-1 lays down the bunt. It gets past Bukowski, who runs into the umpire, and he's in there safely. And Shepard looked down to bunt. But Saucer, a great jump as it moved under Bukowski's legs. He couldn't get the block. And so Napoleon strikes first here in the sectional final here in the top of the 5th. A pass ball from Bukowski, who then tried to turn around and get it, ran into the umpire. So one down, a 1-1 count now for Tucker Shepard. And now the umpire starts yelling into the Bryan dugout as they were complaining that that one was called a ball. Swing and a miss, strike two, 1-2. I think the umpire's getting a little tired of the Bryan dugout as they've had multiple issues this inning. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 83-mile-an-hour fastball. Carlin's 6th of the game. And that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, second baseman Nolan Bickle, a strikeout victim earlier. Swung on, kind of hitting to the middle. Miller ranges to his right, makes the play, but not before Napoleon gets on the board, as they will lead 1-0 heading into the bottom of the 5th here in this sectional final. We'll be right back after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
If you served, you may qualify for VA health care, even if you were denied before. New rules recognize burn pit and toxic exposure claims. We can help you apply, understand benefits, and access the care you've earned. Let us help protect your health. Today and for the future, contact us to see how we can help. Williams County Veterans Service Office. Veterans serving veterans.
Welcome back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network at Ray Sumter Field here in Bryan, Ohio, for a sectional final game between the Bryan Golden Bears and the Napoleon Wildcats. Napoleon was struggling early in the game, finally got a double from Paul Saucer. Shadle, an infield single, and then Saucer scored from third on a pass at ball to give them the 1-0 lead. Bryan has done, before that, Cade Carlin was absolutely dominating, hadn't given up a hit until last inning. But it'll be top of the order for Bryan, who's threatened multiple times. Cade Carlin will be up. He grounded out his first time and got a single last time. The senior pitcher seemed very frustrated last inning just with kind of everything that happened. And Carlin sends this one into the right center gap. It'll get down. It gets past Shadle. Carlin rounds first, headed to second, and he will stop there with a double, nobody out in the inning, and Bryan threatening once again. Shadle couldn't make the play, just kind of hit a single out there, and then Carlin moved to second on an error. That'll bring up Tucker Miller with the runner on second. Carlin, a lot of speed there at second. Miller puts this one into center. It'll get down. Carlin was heading back to second. He'll stop at third, and we'll have runners on the corners after a single from Tucker Miller. And that'll bring up first baseman Carter Luce, 0 for 2 on the day with 2 flyouts. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Bryan down 1-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. Wouldn't be surprised to see Miller here. They have had runners. Dives back, and he's in there safely, kind of crawled back as Ellers made his move right as Miller was kind of leaning into his lead. This one hit well into center. Saucer ranges back. Can't make the catch, and that one will roll behind him. Carlin will score, and Miller will move to third on the E7. Luce is in there at second, and we're all knotted up at 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Nobody out. Hey, just kind of can of corn out there in center. He just couldn't make the play, and now we'll get a mound visit. A good mound visit gets the game back on track, and the Wright Trenchless Company can do the same for your home or farm. From water mains to sewer laterals and farm field drainage, S&S Directional Boring keeps things flowing. Call 419-630-0729. as Saucer is just kind of out there. He was squatted down and now stands up. He clearly very frustrated with himself as he was kind of thinking more about throwing the ball in than he was actually catching it. So now that'll bring up Camden Bukowski with runners on second and third. Nobody out. Squares the bunt. He gets it down. Miller headed to the plate. The throw offline, and Miller will be in there safely. Everyone is safe on the play, and Bryan now leads 2-1. Another error for Napoleon. They have been pretty good so far, but that time a bunt straight out to the pitcher. He had time as Miller was only about halfway down the line, but came up quickly. As now we're going to see a pinch runner for Camden Bukowski. It'll be Jess Hendricks who will move in to run. And that'll bring up Hunter Watson. Still nobody out. Runners on the corners. Bryan leads 2-1. Watson 1 for 2 on the day. A single and a fly out. He's going to square to bunt already. Now pulls it back. Swings on the curveball and misses. Strike one. That curveball slowed way down, and Watson was about ready for a fastball there. Heller's the 0-1. This one fouled off. Squared to bunt. And so the count will run 0-2, and now he needs to protect. Bryan looking for some more insurance runs. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on the curveball. And Watson not happy with himself, but that'll be one down in the inning with runners on the corners. Bryan still leads 2-1, and that'll bring up Bryce Welling. Ellers, his 4th strikeout of the game. He comes set. The pitch. That one's a curveball, and you can see that, I mean, Welling's foot was on the ground before the pitch was even halfway there. That thing coming in at 59 miles an hour. Not many times you see pitchers throwing this slow. Welling 0 for 1, a hit by pitch. And another one hit him. They're going to say he leaned into it, and Coach Corey Walker is headed to home plate. And he was trying to move out of the way, but saying he moved into it and that he was standing on the plate when he got hit. So the count will move to 1-1, and Welling will stay here. So it's called a ball. I think we have a 1-1 count here. This one swung on. Foul ball down the third base line, just outside that third base bag. So the count will move to either 1-2 or I think a 1-2 count here. That's what we have on the board. Here comes the 1-2. Somehow puts a bat to it. It gets in the gap. And no play is made as the run will score from third. And Welling gets an infield single. Bowen was ranging over a curveball. That one might have hit the ground first, as that was absolutely golfed. He just put it in play and beat out the throw. So 3-1, Bryan now leads with one down here in the bottom of the fifth. Runners on first and second for Jacob Uran. Swing and a miss on the curveball. Uran 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. Worked a very good at bat earlier, 7 pitches. Trying to drive in a run here. Strike 2 is called, 0-2. Put that curveball in there. One down, runners on first and second here in the bottom of the fifth. Bryan leads 3-1. Uran. Ellers, the pitch. Swung on, hit to left, hooking, foul, and out of play. So we'll do it again at 0-2. Ellers came in with a 1-0 lead, now 3-1. Swung on, gets a piece of it, and fights that one off. We'll do it again at 0-2. Ellers' 75th pitch of the game. His 76th coming up. Ellers comes set. The 0-2. Swung on, hit straight in the air, and it will get out of play over the screen. We'll do it again at 0-2 as Uran fouls off 3 straight. This will be the 6th pitch of the at-bat. Runners on first and second. Hendricks on second. Welling on first. One down. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and Koppenhofer made a great block behind the plate. 2 down now for Ellers. And Koppenhofer squatting down. They're going to go check on him as that thing kind of just went straight up and ate him up. Koppenhofer done an excellent job behind the plate so far, especially with those curveballs that Ellers puts in there. That's his favorite pitch, and it's his best pitch. But a lot of them have gone down and just kind of popped straight back up into Ellers' mask or his chest or even his neck. But he seems okay, and we will move on as runners will be on first and second with 2 down here in the bottom of the fifth. A 3-run inning for the Golden Bears so far as they lead 3-1. It'll be Cole Carlin up to bat. 0 for 2 on the day with a fly out and then reached on an error. This one is low and Carlin holds off. Ellers has done a good job putting in a lot of first pitch strikes. 17 of the 25 batters so far have gotten a first pitch strike. And that's big for a curveball pitcher like Ellers. And this one misses low and out. 2-0. Carlin trying to find his pitch. Ellers trying to get out of this inning. Here comes the 2-0, and Carlin moved away, but that ball moved right to left, right into the zone for strike 1. Now 2-1 count. The pitch. Carlin takes that one for a strike, 2-2. So he's seen a few curveballs, he's seen a fastball, and now needs to adjust and try to put the bat to the ball. Comes the 2-2. Holds his swing as that one's way outside. 3-2. Both runners will be on the move with 2 down here in the bottom of the fifth. Ellers gets his sign, comes set. The payoff pitch, swung on, hit high, but not too deep into right. Shadle comes in, makes the play, and they get out of the inning, but not before Bryan retakes the lead, 3-1. And we will be right back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The historic Bryan Arts and Education building is being renovated for the next generation, transforming it into a welcoming, accessible space where performances and events can be comfortably enjoyed. The $6.2 million project adds lobby and backstage space, new seating, lights and sound system, accessibility, and additional parking. Because here in Bryan, art connects us. Your support, big or small, makes a lasting impact, inspiring generations to come. Donate and learn more at bryanarts.org.
Welcome back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Sectional baseball, the sectional final here between the Bryan Golden Bears and the Napoleon Wildcats. Bryan leads 3-1 after a pretty quiet first 4 innings from both teams. Bryan has kind of turned it up. Now with 3 runs on the board, Napoleon finally got something going in the top of the 5th with a leadoff double and then scored on a passed ball. Bryan, multiple errors from the Napoleon defense allowed them to get their 3 runs in. Strike 1 called to Weaver. Weaver 0 for 1 on the day with a walk and a ground out. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on, hit to the right side. Miller ranges back, makes the play, throws to first. Out at first. Weaver almost beat that one out as it kind of pushed Miller back, but able to make the play at first for out number 1. That'll bring up Carter Bowen. 0 for 2 on the day, struck out looking and then grounded out his last time up. This one misses high, 1-0. Carlin comes set, the 1-0. Misses. Outside, 2-0. Comes the 2-0. Misses low, 3-0. Carlin trying to find a strike here. Loads and fires, misses low, a 4-pitch walk for Carter Bowen. His first of the game. And the tying run is Max Koppenhofer, who will come up here in the top of the 6th, down 3-1. So the 3-hitter for Napoleon trying to get something going to respond to the 3-run bottom of the 5th that the Golden Bears had. A throwback in there safely. Carlin has done an amazing job of picking off that time. Bowen barely got off first before Carlin attempted a pickoff. Bowen moves. Camden pops up. The throw to second is a beauty, and he's out at second. Bukowski did a great job behind the plate, and Watson applied the tag. And Bowen is caught stealing for the 2nd out of the inning. Koppenhofer takes ball 2. And there's a strike, puts us at 2-1. Misses outside, 3-1. So 2 down in the inning. Koppenhofer trying to keep this one going. Swung on, fouls it over the first base dugout for strike 2, and that'll load up the count at 3-2. Carlin steps off, looking for his 7th K of the game. This will be his 69th pitch. Carlin the 3-2. Swung on and gets a piece. We'll do it again at 3-2. Carlin been excellent so far. Here comes the 3-2. Strike 3 called. And that'll be the inning. Carlin allows a walk but gets out of it scot-free. Here in this sectional final, Bryan still leads 3-1 going into the bottom of the 6th. We'll be right back after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The historic Bryan Arts and Education building is being renovated for the next generation, transforming it into a welcoming, accessible space where performances and events can be comfortably enjoyed. The $6.2 million project adds lobby and backstage space, new seating, lights and sound system, accessibility, and additional parking. Because here in Bryan, art connects us. Your support, big or small, makes a lasting impact, inspiring generations to come. Donate and learn more at bryanarts.org.
Welcome back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Here for some sectional final baseball between the Bryan Golden Bears and the Napoleon Wildcats at Ray Sumter Field here in Bryan, Ohio. Pretty light first 4 innings. Scoreless from both teams before the 5th inning exploded for both. 1 run for Napoleon. They got their first hit in that inning with a double from Paul Saucer, and then a few infield singles and a passed ball scored the run. Bryan threatened enough, and so far Napoleon got a little messy there in that bottom of the 5th with multiple errors that allowed 3 runs to score before they finally got out of it. Cade Carlin has been excellent on the mound for the Golden Bears, going all 6 innings so far. But it'll be Jake Arnold, 0 for 2 on the day, the freshman, a strikeout victim, and then flew out his second time up. Ellers. There's the curveball once again, but this time misses for a ball. His favorite pitch, but Arnold holds off. This time a fastball, misses low, 2-0. Here comes the 2-0. Swung on, hit into the gap, it gets through on the left side, and Arnold with a leadoff single will get a runner on base with nobody out. Bowen was trying to range over to his right, just couldn't make the play, but a very well hit ball, as we will have another mound visit and probably a pitching change. A good mound visit gets the game back on track, and the Wright Trenchless Company can do the same for your home or farm. From water mains to sewer laterals and farm field drainage, S&S Directional Boring keeps things flowing. Call 419-630-0729. We do it right the first time. So we will see a pitching change. His curveball has been absolutely wicked today. But coming in is number 4, Paul Saucer. And Ellers will, the pitcher, Hunter Ellers will move to first. Trenton Ellers will hit the bench. So Saucer will move into that pitching position for Hunter Ellers. And then Hunter Ellers will move in for Trenton Ellers at first. And then in center, Shadle is going to move over to left. And the left fielder, Tucker Shepard, is going to move into center. So it'll be Cade Carlin for the Golden Bears. Squares to bunt, puts it down, foul down the first base line. And I currently can't tell who's out in right for Napoleon. But we'll get it figured out as we go. Carlin 2 for 3 on the day, 2 singles. Squares to bunt. This time he gets it down the third base line. This will be a tough play for Saucer. Throws to first. A great play, but the runner will advance. And moves the runner over. So a great bunt for Carlin, just could barely not beat it out with that speed down the first base line as Saucer came off the mound and showed off some of that arm. That'll bring up Tucker Miller. 2 for 3 on the day, 2 singles and a K. Swung on, hitting to right field, and that ball will get down. Arnold will hold at third, and we will have runners on the corners with 1 down, and Carter Luce coming up to bat. Looks like number 10 in right field, who is the other Ellers boy. Trenton Ellers moved from first base out into right field. Shadle moved from right field to left. Shepard left to center. Saucer came in from center to pitch, and the pitcher tries the bunt, and it bounces just foul off the grass for strike 1. Golden Bears trying to get a few more insurance runs. Carlin pitching absolute beauty, just trying to give him a little bit of extra cushion. Saucer, the lefty, comes set in this lefty-lefty matchup. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on, hit to right field. That ball gets down for a base hit. Arnold will score from third. Miller headed from first to third, and he's in there standing up. And we'll do it again with runners on the corners. An RBI single for Carter Luce. Gives Bryan an extra insurance run as they now lead 4-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. So that'll bring up Camden Bukowski for the Golden Bears. He is 0 for 3 on the day. A strikeout, a pop out, and then reached on an error. He squares to bunt, pulls it back, but strike 1 is called, and Luce just kind of moseys his way over to second base. Kind of moves over on a defensive indifference and just kind of let him go. Swing and a miss, curveball in the dirt. Gets past Koppenhofer, but not too deep where Miller could have moved from third. So Bukowski moves down now 0-2 in the count. Infield most of the way in for Napoleon, not on the infield grass, but just outside of it. Saucer, the lefty, comes set. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on, and that one was high, but he gets a piece of it and stays alive, and we'll do the 0-2 again. So runners on second and third, 1 down for Camden Bukowski. Saucer trying to get out of the jam. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on, hit to left. That'll be a base hit. Miller scores from third. Loose, and it rolls past Max Shadle. Bukowski will be at second, and he will stop there as both runs will score on a 2 RBI single for Camden Bukowski. So 1 down as Bryan takes a 6-1 lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Some more errors from Napoleon. Runner on second, 1 down, and the hitter will be Hunter Watson. Takes strike 1. So 1 down, Bryan leads 6-1, bottom of the 6th. Watson down 0-1 in the count. Bukowski in at second after his 2 RBI single. And then advanced on an error. Swung on and fouled back for strike 2. Napoleon played a very clean game right up until about now, as the catcher Kopenhofer will move out, talk to pitcher Paul Saucer, and now everyone will move back. So, Hunter Watson down 0-2. The pitch, swung on, hit left side, diving attempt, cannot make the play. Bukowski will stay at second. And Carter Bowen's been pretty sharp over there at short. That one just hitting the gap, stopped it from reaching the outfield grass, but no play able to be made at first. An infield single for Hunter Watson. And Bryce Welling will come out with 1 down and 2 on. Bryan up 6-1 in this sectional final, trying to add some more. Misses high, ball 1. So Hunter Ellers was the guy for quite a while. But now, it is Paul Saucer. So 2-0, the count runs for Welling. Runners on first and second, 1 down. Here comes the 2-0. And he's going to actually look back at first. But Camden back in there easily. And now, Kopenhofer, as they cannot take another timeout, as they already have. And Coach Corey Walker was kind of saying that, but it looks like Max Kopenhofer may have gotten a few words into Paul Saucer before the umpires could break it up. Welling up 2-0 in the count. The pitch. Strike 1 is called. Welling thought that one missed low, but the count will run 2-1. Comes the 2-1. Swung on and way out in front of that curveball. And it'll run 2-2. Two count, 1 down, 2 runners on for the Golden Bears. Welling looking to defend. Here comes the 2-2. Strike 3 called on the outside half, as Welling just kind of gives the ump a come on look, as he didn't like any of those calls. And that'll bring up Jacob Uran, as Paul Saucer picked up his first strikeout of the game. Uran 0 for 2 with a walk. 2 runners on, 2 down. Curveball misses outside, 1-0. The off-speed pitch has been where it's at for Napoleon, and Bryan looking to kind of hold back on it, but also not get caught off guard by a fastball. Saucer fouls it back and evens the count up at 1-1. Bryan now leads 6-1 here in the bottom of the sixth of this sectional final, looking to move on to play the winner of Wauseon or Otsego. That one will be in Archbold. Saucer comes set, the 1-1. Strike 2 is called, and he falls back in the count, 1-2 with 2 down. Saucer looking to get out of this big inning for Bryan, as he just came in relief. Here comes the 1-2. Saucer, Uran will call time, as Saucer was kind of on the mound just waiting. Uran steps back in now, he's ready. Saucer comes set. The 1-2. Swung on, hit into center, and that ball will get down. Bukowski rounds third. He's headed to the plate. The throw will not be in time, and Bukowski's in there safely, and the throw to second is not in time as Watson scurried his way back, but Bryan now leads 7-1 on the RBI single from Jacob Uran. Shepard was trying to come in from center but couldn't make the play, and now we'll get a pinch hitter for Cole Carlin. It'll be Jamison Longoria, the senior, with runners on first and second. With 2 down here in the bottom of the sixth of this sectional final, Bryan leads 7-1. Saucer still just trying to get out of this inning. Jamison sends one into left, pretty shallow. Shadle comes on, makes the play, and that'll be the third out of the bottom of the sixth. And we are headed to the top of the seventh. Bryan needs 3 outs for the win in this sectional final. We'll be right back after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Welcome back on the Golden Bears Sports Network here at Ray Sumter Field in Bryan, Ohio, for this sectional final matchup between the visiting Napoleon Wildcats and the hosting Bryan Golden Bears. Bryan now leads 7-1 as we head into the top of the seventh. Carlin trying to go the distance and close this one out. Napoleon 1 run on 2 hits. Bryan 7 runs on 12 hits, which disagrees with what Sebo has up on the scoreboard here, but Napoleon has been very sloppy on defense, maybe some generous hits given to Bryan, but I have him scored with 5 errors. Bryan has done a really good job of putting the ball in play and putting a lot of pressure on this Napoleon defense. Leading off for Napoleon will be Hunter Ehlers, and then Trenton Ehlers behind him, and then Paul Saucer, who is now the pitcher. Ehlers 0 for 1 on the day with a pop out and a walk, and he takes strike 1 at the knees. Carlin has pitched an absolute beauty. He misses low, 1-1. This one swung on, hit high, not too deep. Welling will come in, makes the play for the first out of the inning. And now up will be Trenton Ehlers, the right fielder. He is 0 for 2 on the day, a pop out and a strikeout victim. Carlin, the pitch. Misses low, ball 1. Score was knotted until it wasn't. Napoleon broke through in the 5th with a run, and then Bryan in the 5th and 6th put up 3 runs and then 4 runs respectively. Carlin, the 1-1. Misses outside, 2-1. Carlin has pitched a beauty. 6 1/3, 2 hits, a run, as he puts that one in there for a strike. He's walked 3 but struck out 7. The count runs even at 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on, hit here to the right side, loose, comes in, makes the basket catch, almost barehanded it for out number 2, and now Bryan 1 out away from moving on to the district semi. Loose about ran into the dugout next to Coach Shadle and Napoleon. Saucer, the 1 hit for Napoleon, a double. His last at bat, his first at bat, a pop out victim, but he is 1 for 2 on the day. 2 down as he takes ball 1. Carlin, the wind and deal. Strike 1 called, 1-1. Carlin just reached the 80 pitch mark. Carlin, the 1-1. Misses low, good block from Bukowski, but the count will run 2-1. Saucer looking for maybe Napoleon's second hit here, trying to stay alive. Swung on, hit in the air. And this should do it. Loose, calls off Miller, makes the catch as he was kind of wobbling. But he makes the catch nonetheless. And that'll do it here at Ray Sumter Field in the sectional final. Bryan wins 7-1 over Napoleon. And we will be right back with a little bit of a recap after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Here in Williams County, we believe that no veteran should feel forgotten. Our Veteran Service Office is here to serve, helping with VA claims, pensions, healthcare enrollment, and so much more. We're veterans serving veterans with dignity, honor, and respect. Reach out to us today to see how we can help, because the only veteran we can assist is the one that doesn't contact us.
Welcome back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. I want to thank a few people. Today's game is brought to you by Bryan Athletic Boosters, Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Veteran Services of Williams County, Andres O'Neill and Lowe, Baldy's Furniture, Starks Plumbing and Heating, and Thiel Supply Center. So, Bryan gets the win over Napoleon 7-1. We can go over a little bit of how we got to this point. Napoleon scored 1 run on I think 1 hit. I think maybe 2 hits here, as they only put up the 1 run in the top of the 5th. Bryan puts up 7 runs, responded in the 5th inning with 3, and then the bottom of the 6th put up 4 more for some insurance. 12 hits, 5 errors for Napoleon. Not a very clean game in the field. Okay. So, let's see what we got here. Weaver went 0 for 2 for Napoleon. Bowen 0 for 2. Kopenhofer 0 for 2. Ellers goes 0 for 1 and a walk. The other Ellers goes 0 for 3. Saucer, the lone hit for, one of the hits for Napoleon, as he goes 1 for 3, and he was the sole run. Shadle goes 1 for 2 after laying down a good bunt. And then Shepard 0 for 2 and Bickle 0 for 2, rounding them out at 2 hits. They did draw 3 walks. The losing pitcher in this game is Hunter Ellers. He went 5 innings, letting up 7 hits, 4 runs, only 1 of those earned, a walk, 5 strikeouts. Paul Saucer came in and gave an inning of work, 5 hits, 3 runs allowed, all of them earned, and 1 strikeout. On the other side for the Golden Bears, Cade Carlin goes 2 for 4 and a run. Miller goes 3 for 4, 2 runs. Luce goes 1 for 4 and a ribby with 2 runs. Bukowski 1 for 4, a ribby and a run. Watson goes 2 for 4. Welling goes 1 for 3 with a ribby. Uran 1 for 3 with a ribby and a walk. Carlin goes 0 for 3. Arnold goes 1 for 3 and a run, and Longoria goes 0 for 1 as he came into pinch hit in the bottom of the 6th. So, a great outing for Bryan on the batting side, putting up 12 hits and then putting up 7 runs in this sectional final. We will be right back after this, and we will wrap up our post-game show on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
This community is more than a place. It's where we celebrate victories and where we lean on one another in times of loss. At Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, we're proud to be rooted here, serving with care and compassion when it matters most. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, family owned, family focused.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan Built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan Built.
Welcome back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network as Bryan picks up the sectional final win 7-1. One thing I want to hit on here that I didn't before, Cade Carlin pitched an absolute beauty of a game, going seven innings, letting up just 1 hit and then the 1 run, 3 walks, and 7 strikeouts. That's exactly the kind of performance that Bryan needed. And before the 5th inning, they were knotted up at 0, and Cade was kind of the one that had kept them there. Well, you can keep up with all Bryan sports action by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Get notified when we go on the air for each game too. Head to youtube.com/Bryan Sports and hit the subscribe button. Our next game will be Friday, May 22nd at 5 p.m. It'll be Bryan versus Clyde, and we will have that on our GBSN YouTube channel. We're going to say some thank yous to our crew. Our director, Eric Herman, robotics, Lily Walker, our camera people, Monica Minez and Miles Northup, and our Q96.5 radio, Rick Armentrout. This student broadcast is produced by the Golden Bears Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any duplication or other use of this broadcast, including descriptions or accounts of the game without the express written consent of the Bryan City School District, is prohibited. One final time for all of us at GBSN, I'm Cooper Beltran. Again, your final score is 7-1 Golden Bears. Have a great night, everybody.